Hey everyone, I'm Chini, your host for Chin Up and Rise, and today we have a very special guest with us here on set today, a national boxer, Danisha Mathi. Danisha started her boxing journey 9 years ago at a very young age of 17, and she made her games debut in 2019 at the SEA Games in Philippines in the lightweight class. Today, Danisha is currently ranked top 22 boxers in the International Boxing Association, and she has definitely come a long way to get to where she is today. Now, boxing has never been a sport popular amongst the ladies in Singapore. However, with grit and perseverance, Danisha was able to prove others wrong and come up stronger than the rest. Despite being the minority in the boxing world, it did not deter her from focusing on improving herself and fighting for a place in the international boxing arena. Without further ado, let us welcome Danisha and find out together on her mindset and the system that she used. Hi Danisha, welcome
Hi.
to set.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe you can introduce yourself a little bit.
Alright, okay, so as you said, I'm Danisha. I'm 26 this year. I've been boxing for 9 years and I've been with the Singapore national team for about 4 to 5 years. Yeah, that's pretty much about it lah.
Okay, so actually, are you doing full-time boxing right now?
Okay, I think most people will consider me as a part-time boxer because like as a Singaporean athlete, right, you will have to, I mean, if you're involved in sports, then you train, then you still have to study and,
Yes, correct.
and continue with other normal aspects of your life. So, I mean, in that aspect, I think a lot of people think I'm a part-time boxer because I'm a student first. Yeah. But I mean, to me, like, I've the same commitments as any other full-time athlete lah. I train twice a day for 6 days a week. I take care of my nutrition and everything else. So, I guess I would consider myself as a full-time athlete lah. Yeah.
Wow, okay. How do you actually find a time for all these things? You know?
I guess it's number one, discipline,
Yeah.
time management, and you need to prioritize, or rather, I would prioritize like my trainings and studies first compared to other things. So, like, if I have to give up my social time, I hang out with my friends. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
definitely.
I guess your friends are all also boxing, right? Also boxer, right?
Most of my friends, yeah, around the circle of boxing, but I do have my secondary school mates and like my poly mates. They are more understanding. Like they know when to approach me and not approach me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so when you talk about time management, right, are there certain systems that you actually use to make sure that when exams are coming up, how do you split your time such that it's efficient?
So I usually have my exam schedules like way before the start of the trimester. So I will write down all my dates, when are my competition periods also.
Okay.
Then I will see if anything clashes and how to rearrange my schedule around it. Yeah. So I mean the good thing about my school is like SIT, right?
Yeah.
Most of our exams are sort of online.
Yeah.
So when I go for overseas competitions, I just do my exams there.
Online?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's what happened during the Women's World Championships. I did my exams there in India.
Wow,
Yeah.
what the heck? Okay, amazing. Okay, and then just now you mentioned something about discipline.
Yeah.
Is there a way to train discipline?
Okay. So, I mean, to me, right, discipline is something that you cannot train. I feel like it comes down to how bad you want it. Like, how bad you want the gold medal, how bad you want to ace that exams or whatsoever. But I think what that can be trained is habits. Like, you can cultivate small habits to eventually seem disciplined. Like,
Wow.
let's say I wake up at 10 a.m. every day. I want to achieve, complete more things or more tasks during the day, right? Then I try to wake up half an hour earlier. Then I will slowly make my way waking up 1 hour or whatsoever lah. Just slowly inch my way towards that. Yeah. So that's something we can train.
Okay,
Yeah.
how long do you think it takes for a habit to form?
According to an article I read, it says it takes about 21 days.
21 days.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about
That's actually not
almost
too bad,
like-
3 weeks.
Yeah, that's not that
It's-
not too bad.
It's pretty decent and 21 days to feel comfortable with that habit also. Yeah. So,
But to be honest, you only take 3 days to break the habit.
yeah. So again, it comes down to how bad you want it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So having the end in mind will actually help you to lay out the process to actually getting there.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So what got you into this particular sport?
I was a very bored and curious teenager. I was very active all my life lah. So I was involved in netball, tennis, And then in poly, I felt like something was off. I wanted to try combat sports. I don't know why. I just want to punch something.
Punch something.
It's like, yeah. And then I googled boxing gyms in Singapore, and I found Legends Fight Sport, which is my club that I just signed up for. Yeah.
Okay.
Just paid 3 months fee, and then I just went for classes.
It's just like a YOLO thing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, maybe I was having some crises at that time. I don't know.
Right. Okay, but then that was back in 2017.
2014.
2014.
Yeah, 2014.
Okay, so I think from what I know, only recently then boxing, Muay Thai, all these actually became more popular
Yep.
amongst the ladies in Singapore.
Right.
Yeah, so actually back then, I'm pretty sure that there wasn't much platforms for ladies to actually train amongst themselves. So,
Yeah.
do you actually have any problems trying to train also?
Definitely. Okay, so back then in 2014, when I first joined boxing, there were not a lot of ladies. I think I can literally count the number of females with my fingers. And that being said, whenever I go for classes, I would most likely be the only female going for the classes. And to be honest, it was quite nerve-wracking to be in a male-dominated environment. And you also think that these guys are like stronger, better than you. I mean, not necessarily better in terms of skills, but they're stronger
physically,
yeah.
yes.
So that kind of like intimidated me. But I paid the membership, so I need to go for classes. So I forced myself there lah. Yeah. So I just basically had to start off my comfort zone. Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess training with the guys, it also sort of forced me to accelerate improving my skills at a faster rate so I can keep up with them.
Right.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say it necessarily was a bad thing, but they also kind of helped me grow in the sport as well. Yeah.
But what were some struggles that you actually had to deal with because you were in a male-dominated environment?
Okay, so sometimes guys are physically stronger than us for sure. I mean, it's scientifically proven.
Yes.
So sometimes when they partner me for partner work, right, they might unknowingly hit me hard, and I think it kind of bruises my feelings. So
I thought you were gonna say bruises you.
No, it bruises my feelings.
Okay.
And then sometimes it makes me cry also lah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've had sessions where I cry, like the earlier parts of my boxing days. Yeah, I cried before, during class. But I guess this only made me stronger. So when it comes down to partnering with the girls, they're not gonna hit as hard as them.
Yeah. So are you the one hitting back now?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. But why do you say that it will hurt your feelings when they punch a little bit harder?
I guess sometimes you don't grow up with. For me, I didn't really grow up people punching me. I think nobody grows up with people punching.
Most of us don't.
Yeah. So and I found it a bit hard to take it because it felt very
personal.
It felt a bit personal, and also hey, you're a guy. How come you can't control your power on a woman? That kind of thing. Yeah. So I guess there was a lot of feelings in play, but actually it was just a simple I punch you punch me kind of thing. But I think I just think too much, or it's just
Okay. Then what got you into competitive boxing?
So I actually joined boxing because I wanted to just keep fit. I really had no intentions of competing.
Yeah.
But my gym, Legends Fight Sport again, they organized a boxing event, and then I went down for one of the events, and I saw I think there was only one female bout compared to I think around 20 over male bouts.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my god, these ladies can fight. I also want to fight.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was actually very inspired by them lah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was like, I want to take part in the next one. Yeah.
That was when you were...
When I was 18, so it was in November 2015.
Okay. November 2015.
Yeah.
And then your very first game debut was in 2019.
2019, yeah.
Yeah. So how was it leading up to it? Did you already made up your mind from there that, okay, I'm going to try for this?
Honestly, every Singaporean athlete dream is to take part in a multi-sport event, like SEA Games, Asian Games. So that was one of the dreams for me to definitely be a patriotic citizen and compete for my country. So yeah, obviously that was one of the goals. But I didn't expect myself to take part in SEA Games so early on in 2019. That was very fast for me. But I was already presented the opportunity, so I would definitely grab it, right? Yeah.
Right.
So for 2019 SEA Games, I took part in the light flyweight weight cap, which is 48 kilos. And
Like
yeah.
me.
Yeah, it was quite light. Yeah. And to be honest, I thought I was well prepared. But until I stepped onto the stage, right, I realized that, I think I put too much expectation on myself. And this is really another level of boxing.
Right.
And unfortunately, I lost a fight. I lost to Myanmar. And it really took a big hit. Yeah. Emotionally, mentally, I thought that I was not going to come back to boxing. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Because people around me set such high expectations. And then I was also influenced by that. So I set really, really high expectations for myself. Yeah.
I think that's actually very normal. Yeah, and I would say that we are our own harshest critic as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so when that happened, right, how do you actually deal with the emotions? Or how do you actually handle it?
I was very thankful that I had my teammates around me. So I was able to talk to them. But, eventually deep down, you only know that you have yourself and do not explore these feelings whatsoever. But what I did was I actually penned down all my thoughts because in that way I thought that it would be more practical. Yeah, instead of like dealing everything like within my head. Yeah. So after the match, I remember I went back to the hotel room while my teammate got a massage downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was alone and I had a shower, right, because after the games. So I cried my heart out first lah. Yeah. So I feel like crying helped me,
to release that emotion,
release that
acknowledge
emotion.
it as well.
Right. Yeah. So I was able to acknowledge that, okay, I lost, what's next? I'm done being sad. So what am I going to do after this? Yeah. So I had a chat with my coach, friends, on how to get back from this lah. And honestly, when I came back to Singapore from the Philippines, right, I felt very embarrassed because I felt like I let a lot of people down. Yeah. But you have to pick yourself up. It's not something that happens in 1 or 2 days. It takes months actually to recover from that and get back to that routine of training, fighting again. Yeah.
So within those few months, right, were there something special that you actually do to get yourself out of the rut?
What did I do? Think.
Or really just talking to your friends and family around you?
I had to. The first thing I did was I acknowledged the fact that I am not the best.
Okay, well, that's a very hard thing to acknowledge.
Yes, it is.
Especially when it comes to people who play sports.
Yeah. It was because as an athlete, right, you always want to think I'm the best. I win the gold medal. I'm just that. Right? Yeah. But so I had to accept the fact that I'm not where I am, or as where I want to be yet. But I will get there. And so I have to say that I wasn't the best yet lah. And so I trained really, really hard. So every time when I train, I always think back about the fact that I lost to her. And then it will give me the extra push to okay, I need to push myself. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. I guess with all these failures, right, then you appreciate the sunny days lah. Yeah.
Okay. And touching on that, right, as an athlete, I'm pretty sure there are some days where it's like your off days, meaning that somehow your performance is not as good. You feel a little bit weaker.
Yes.
And especially as women, we have our days also, right?
Yeah.
So when those days come, how do you handle?
I've had a fair share of bad days and good days. So what I usually do is, I do get frustrated during training when I am not performing my best or when I am taking unnecessary hits on my face. That is a simple jab. Why can't you defend yourself? That kind of thing. But I don't really. Previously, I do let my emotions take over me lah. But now, I am a bit more rational. So what I do is, after the end of training, I let myself come down first and see what went wrong or how can I improve myself. Why was there? There's a lot of questions within myself. What led to me being
getting jabbed in the face?
Yeah, getting jabbed in the face, or what was the mistake that I made? What led to the situation that didn't allow me to perform my best today? Maybe I was very tired So maybe all these questions, when I find the answer to them, I will tweak tweak
Your
them.
training.
Yeah, trainings. Tweak whatever I did during the day.
Mm.
Yeah. So I think ultimately you want to just be rational and don't be too hard on yourself because every athlete, even the best in the world, has their off days. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So it's a very reflective journey
Yes,
that you
very
had so
reflective.
far.
Yeah.
Okay, and from then till today, there is definitely an increase in the number of women who are also in boxing.
Yep. Sure.
Do you think that's a good improvement?
Definitely.
And that there should be more representatives in the boxing world?
Yeah. So the reason why there were so many women or ladies in boxing now is because back then when I was competing, like the earlier stages of the international days, when we went overseas, right, we used to see so many women like competing for other countries like Thailand, Philippines, and all that, and then we were like, wow, there's so many ladies.
Yeah.
They can even form Team A, the best. Then they have Team B and Team C.
Wow.
But we were like struggling
Just
even
one
to
team.
form a Team A. Yeah. So we were like, you know what, we gotta change something.
Yeah.
And I think it gotta start from us lah. So when we came back, Leona, who was my ex-teammate, she's now the current honorary secretary of Singapore Boxing. So together with her and my other teammates, Sabrina and Rafana, so we decided that we wanted to organize this kind of like training / sparring session for anyone out there, regardless of age and experience level. So you can come down and join this community.
But only for ladies.
Yes, only for ladies, exclusive. Yeah.
Creating a safe space for them to.
Yeah, correct. Because a lot of ladies are very scared. Like I said, I myself was scared. Right?
Yeah, I'm also scared.
So we want to create a safe environment for these ladies to participate. And then that's how SG Women's Boxing community developed. And it's now a proper community with a proper head coach and whatsoever. Yeah.
I mean, it is now a proper community, right?
So for those listening, right, you can check them out on Instagram. They're called SG Women's Boxing Community. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a walk-in basis?
Yeah,
or?
so you can walk in or there's a monthly fee. It's a really, really small amount of fee and there's about 4 sessions every Mondays at Bedok Sports Hall. Yeah.
You mean for 4 sessions in a month?
In a month, yeah.
In a month, right?
Yeah. And the first and last Friday, they usually do some sort of conditioning session.
Like strength training?
Sprints.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can skip those?
Yeah. You want to skip those also can lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. And it's at Bedok?
Yeah, Bedok Sports Hall.
Sports
Yeah.
Hall. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to try boxing but you don't know where to go, you can always start by here.
You can, there's women of all walks of life. Like we have engineers, lawyers and students. And I think it's a very good platform for people to train, some sort of exercise. And also socialize,
Right.
Get to know other people as well.
Yeah. I actually told her I want to join, but until now I haven't found a time to go
Please
down.
Come down.
Definitely will. Okay, but I think remember to get your own reps, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Reps. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and the gloves.
Yeah. Gloves you can sort of borrow, but it will also be good to have your own gloves as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried before, like other people's gloves. It's not the best feeling.
Sweat, smushy.
Yeah. Okay, can. Okay, so whatever traits that you actually pick up from boxing, do you actually see yourself applying that to your day-to-day as well?
Definitely. So what I picked up in boxing, apart from skill levels or boxing skills, right, is like, as cliche as it sounds, hard work, commitment, respect, and discipline lah. When it comes to applying it to my daily life, I do see certain aspects of discipline coming into play. Like, I have to force myself to. I don't have to force myself to get up early in the morning. It just automatically hit. Yeah.
Wait, early as in what time?
Sometimes I wake up at 6 or 7. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there are people waking up earlier to train and all that. But even if I don't have anything for that day, it's just okay, I wake up for so that I can be more productive. And do other things. And something that I learned for boxing that I translated over to my daily life is to show respect. You don't have to be the best in the world, but I think something that you can bring along to the plate is respect. Respect anyone, everywhere. I mean, anything, regardless of you think you're bigger or what, that kind of thing, right? Yeah.
Always staying humble.
Yeah, always be humble. Yeah. So you win with humility and lose with grace, lah. That's how I always. Yeah.
Wow. What a great punchline.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for people who are actually starting out, do you have any advice for them?
People who are starting out, do I have any advice for them? To me, right, I feel like there is no shortcut to success. A lot of people think that I can do this and that, or especially with technology these days, right? And there are a lot of people who take shortcuts, but I don't see them going very far. And one thing I truly believe is that you always be true to yourself. You can ask other people for advice and they can tell you a lot of things, but you only know yourself deep down.
Wow, yeah, that's very true.
And end of the day, no one is going to come and fight for you or no one's going to put food for you on the plate. It's up to yourself, yeah. So you have to decide on what you want and stick by it firmly, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 thumbs up. Okay, but how do you train resilience, or like how do you train your brain to be optimistic even when you are met with losses, especially when you have competitions?
So I was not a very optimistic person. I will still think that I still have my bad days and I have a lot of negative energy within me, but
That's why you punch, right?
maybe. And I had difficulty channeling this to my game, and I usually feel like I'm very pressurized by people around me, especially trying to be one of the first women to
Definitely.
to set a
Represent.
path and represent, right? I felt like there was a lot of expectations and pressure that I was not able to control. So I had to see a mental coach. I did see him for a bit, and I truly believe he helped me. One of the most important thing that he said was, you only can change what you can control, and something that you cannot control, you should totally forget about it, lah.
Yeah.
So what I can control is what happens in the ring, what I throw and fight. I cannot control what the judges will think.
Yes.
Yeah. So in that kind of aspect, he made me forget about what are the pressures around me. I can't control what people think about me, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So that really helped me a lot. Yeah.
Okay, I really love that a lot because that's something that I actually live by. And also when I'm talking to my friends, I always say that also.
Right.
Control the controllables and
exactly.
the uncontrollables, let it go. Learn to let it go.
Yeah.
If not, then you'll be stuck in that circle forever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's a very great piece of advice that can apply to everyone actually.
Yeah. Actually, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, not just people who are doing sports.
Yeah. Because at the elite level, right, everyone's gonna be strong. Everyone's gonna be fast. Everyone's gonna be skillful. But what's gonna set you apart is definitely the mental age, lah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and the mental age is mentally is also something that we need to train.
Yeah.
Not just physically.
Exactly. Yeah. People don't really understand, like, they think the mental aspect is like gifted or given to you, but actually it takes a lot of effort to train it. Yeah.
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 And you need to go through many different things.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So I understand that on top of boxing, right, you are also doing a full time or part time?
It's a part-time job.
Yeah. Do you want to tell them what part time you're actually doing?
So, do I say the one that I worked before and then now, or what I just about what is it now?
Yeah, I mean you can say the one before also.
Okay. So back then, after my diploma, I was looking for a job and I just randomly applied for like countless of jobs, and this was one place that got back to me, and then it was from Health Science Authority (HSA) for the role of a forensics technical officer. So I looked through a job scope and I was like, this is something that I would really like to do, and I really loved for the interview and I got into the job. So what this job entailed was basically as an forensics technical officer or FTO, we were supposed to do autopsies. Like we will help them. I don't want to sound so brutal. But they will remove the organ block for the pathologists for them to examine lah. Yeah, and these are mostly coroner's cases or police cases. Yeah, so people who have committed suicide, traffic accidents, whatsoever lah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think for most people, is also known as a mortician.
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
So
It's an easier term.
yeah, it's an easier term for it lah.
Yeah.
So for most people, the moment they hear the word mortician,
Yeah.
right, as an occupation,
Yeah.
they will be a bit scared,
Yeah,
right?
very,
Yeah, but
yeah.
for you are like, yes, this is the job for me.
Yes, it was a job for me.
Why is that?
I think I have some sort of morbid curiosity.
Mm.
Like I like to explore things that are not the norm, and venture into them lah. Yeah.
Mm.
So when I saw this as a kid, right, when I walked past the mortuary through the hospital, because my mom's a nurse,
Yeah.
sometimes I follow her, and then I would always wonder what was going on inside.
Mm.
So I guess that kind of like stemmed from a very young age. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I really got interested. Yeah.
Nice. And
Yeah.
actually, were there any incidents or like scary incidents that happened to you before while you were on duty?
So when I was working one day, okay, so before that, right, we have this really, really big fridge where we
Okay.
store all the bodies, the deceased. Yeah, so it's like times 2 the size of the height was like
Like this
two,
space?
really, yeah, something like this space, yeah. So I was working right outside the fridge on one of the deceased, and out of nowhere I heard like knocking sounds from inside the fridge. So I stopped doing my work and then I try to listen again. Like I don't like I'm not the kind of person who believes in all this kind of like spirit and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I attribute everything to science.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought it was some sort of aircon fault or what, like knocking sounds.
Mm.
And
Very rational thinking.
yeah.
I would have
That's how
probably
it
dashed out.
survived.
I would have probably dashed out of the place by then.
Yeah, so I stopped my work and then I went to hear, but there was something, no knocking sounds coming out again. Then when I continued my work, then it happened again. So I was like, should I open the fridge and check what was inside, or should I make a run for my life? So I went out for a while because it was I don't want to know what was
Yeah,
behind.
yeah.
Someone who was knocking, right? It would be quite scary.
Yeah.
Or
if the
my
person was
colleague
alive?
stuck inside there, I would be so sad. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that was a very interesting sort of like a part time for you.
Yes, it's a job that taught me a lot lah. Not just like physically but about life, because I got to see, like through my like really in real life how short life is. We handled a lot of people who committed suicide. I mean, it's very sad lah. Road traffic accidents, workplace, industrial accidents. So when I look back at all this, like industrial accident, this person one day goes to work, and next
The
moment
next
is-
moment you're gone, right?
Yeah. And just don't take life for granted lah. Yeah. And I feel like try to live your life
As if
yeah.
like that today is your last day.
Yeah, but not like spend all your money to it, that kind of thing. But like hold a lot of value to it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, it took a shot. Right?
No, it's okay. I think it's really wise words
Yeah.
for a lot of us out there. So
Yeah.
reevaluate again lah, like how fragile life is
Exactly,
for
yeah.
everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. And currently, what are you doing?
So after my stint at the mortuary, I always had this passion of working with the dead. Like I really embraced the peacefulness, the quietness. So I wanted to continue working, and I found a mentor to actually teach me something called embalming.
Oh,
So yeah, embalming is, for those of you who don't know, is basically the art of preserving deceased for funeral rites. Yeah. So we can keep the person sort of fresh for like 3, 5, 7
Yeah.
days. Yeah. So that's what I'm currently doing lah. Yeah.
okay. What are some things that you actually take away from the career?
What are some things that I take away from the career is that, again, same as
Life is short.
like life is short. I mean, can I say this? But people don't realize the importance of life until you're gone. So, as this is especially true for a lot of older people, I do realize that once they're gone, right, then only their family members get really upset. Or I want this for them, I want that for them. But
Regrets.
yeah, regrets. Like, shouldn't you have done this when I was alive? That kind of thing. Yeah. I feel like you shouldn't hold any regrets lah. Yeah. So that's what I really learned.
Right. Okay. And so actually, thank you for doing this for all of us, because honestly, it's not a job that a lot of people would understand or would like lah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think it's actually very thankful lah for people like you who are willing to serve.
Yeah.
For lack of better word.
Yeah, I guess there's not a lot of people who want to do this kind of job also lah.
Yeah, correct.
You need someone to do it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And also because you're interested in it, right?
Yeah,
You are
for sure.
studying
Radiography.
radiography, right?
Yeah.
So it's actually quite related to what you're
a lot of
doing.
anatomy and stuff.
Yeah. Very interesting. Okay. And okay. So I mean, that aside, do you actually face with any objection from your family with regards to your part-time and also with regards to doing competitive boxing?
Yeah, so there was a period of time where I picked up boxing just for leisure, right? And then I decided to do it competitively, but I didn't tell my parents because it was a hard no for them, for sure. So I actually fought, and then that day I won. I brought back my trophy and hid it in my cupboard.
So you didn't even let them know that you won something.
Because I was so afraid that it would stop me from boxing. It was something that I was so passionate about. I did that for like a good 3 or 4 years.
Oh, this is very long. You managed to hide it from them for so long also.
Yeah.
Wait, so they know that you are boxing, but they didn't know that.
Yeah, I was fighting like
competitively.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but then eventually they found out through social media because the gym posted it. Yeah,
Okay.
social media, everyone can find something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they confronted me lah. But at that point of time, I was already so certain that this is what I wanted to do, and I think they also knew that couldn't stop me. It will never stop me.
And you were excelling in it also.
Yeah. So fast forward, then now they are like perfectly fine with it. Yeah. And I think to them they were afraid of it because they didn't want their daughter getting hit.
Are you the only daughter?
No, I have 2 other sisters. Yeah.
Okay,
So I'm
the
spare
youngest. Are you the youngest?
No,
or
the middle child.
The middle child. No wonder you say you're the spare
Yeah, the middle child syndrome.
Okay.
Yeah, so, so I guess they kind of understand lah now. As with regards to my job, it was also a no for them. Because to them it's like, why can't you find other jobs, like better careers in hospitals or whatsoever. But I mean, that was something I was really interested in lah. So again, can't stop me. Yeah,
actually I think you're very fortunate because you know exactly what you want to do and where your passion lies. Because I think a lot of us, we are still a bit lost trying to find a direction and trying to find what really interests us these days.
I feel like that's something a lot of people go through because society thinks that we should study, then do a degree, then continue to work, but they don't give us opportunities to explore what we want to do with our careers. So I was just very lucky that I did get into, because after diploma I wanted to apply for uni like any other Singaporean, right? And I was lucky. Actually, I would say I was lucky that I didn't get into the course that I wanted to. So then,
blessing in disguise.
So then this window of opportunity working in the mortuary opened for me. So likewise, because of this stint or this experience, I think after your diploma, degree or A-levels, I feel like you should go and explore what you want to do, what interests you. And not just dive straight into always studying.
Maybe take a gap year.
Exactly.
Okay. Good. I'm not sure whether there's like a good advice or not, but I think it's worth trying.
It's worth trying. I mean, this is a time for you to try.
When else, right?
When else? So you're telling me after 40 years old you want to try. You might have a family to support, that kind of thing.
Can is can, but then you have a lot of liabilities to actually take care. I mean, back to boxing, right? What is something that someone who actually wants to do competitive boxing should note or like take priority in?
For competitive boxing, so everyone has to start somewhere. So you can't just jump into boxing and say I want to compete. I mean you can do that, but it takes years of hard work and dedication. But one thing you should be prepared to sacrifice is a lot of your social time. There's a big community of women out there to help you and support you now. So if you want to join and do it competitively, there's a lot of support these days. So please do. And then we can have a bigger community.
Okay, cool. So I think I really learned a lot from the conversation with you today with regards to boxing and also your job. And and I hope the viewers will also take away some important keynotes from you as well. And maybe last question before we end off, right, is where do you see yourself in maybe 5-10 years?
Okay, so hopefully in 5 to 10 years, I would have competed in the Olympics. So I'll be going for Asian Games coming September, and that's one of the
Nice.
Olympic qualifiers. So hopefully that will allow me to qualify for the Olympics. And other than that, I think I would, in the future, maybe in 10 years down the road, I would have ended my boxing career, but I would definitely love to be involved with the boxing community and help other women grow and compete in the sport as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you'll be able to do us proud. And even if not, you are already doing us proud by representing us. Yeah. Okay, wait, sorry, just one very, very last question,
Sure.
right? Is with regards to diet, I think a lot of ladies out there would want to know.
Yeah.
How is your diet like?
For myself as a boxer,
Yeah.
so for us, we have to sort of meet a weight class, right? So let's say I'm fighting at 50. So I have to touch like 49.9. I cannot be like 50.1. If not, I'll be disqualified.
But you can be 49.8.
Can, yeah. So it can be lower than what you want. But you don't want to be so low also, so it's kind of a disadvantage.
Right.
So we have to really watch what we eat towards our fight. And sometimes it can be a bit unhealthy, but like we don't, like the last day usually I don't eat or drink also. Yeah. We try to bring that weight down. But for ladies who are dieting, right, advice, don't do that. I feel like if you're someone who has been eating unhealthy all along, you don't have to jump straight right into eating say like 3 meals a day. You know, like start slow. Like I said, build small habits. And slowly get to it lah. Yeah. If not, you'll probably hate yourself.
You'll probably hate yourself for this diet that you're doing.
It's something that to enjoy. Yeah, I feel like diet is a part of life. Like you don't have to kill yourself. You know, you can still have your off days and enjoy other things. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking this because I've been trying to be on a diet for the longest time, but I can never do it. Yeah, no, because I have a wedding, you know, every year, and
Alright.
I've always been trying to get the diet going, but I just like
Why is it all the
sweet
brides
stuff.
want to lose weight?
So they look good on pictures, ma.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Alright.
Ken. Yeah. So, any last words that you want to say to our viewers before we go?
Like I said, I feel like your biggest support system is yourself. I feel like you should believe in yourself first before trusting other people. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming to our show today.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you guys for tuning in to Chin Up and Rise. We have also collated the key pointers of today's episodes. All you can do is actually click the link down below to have access to all this. And you can also follow us on the social media handles down below for more content and update. Before you go, do remember to give us a like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.